Hey everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I have to do it because y'all are just so terrific. This community is just so terrific. So I want everybody to have the experience of being a part of this tribe, a part of this community. So listen, if you hadn't subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe because listen, you'll be part of the best community on these internet streets. I promise you. And if you don't believe me, go in the comments. Go in the comments, talk to somebody, chat with somebody. I promise you, you're going to be impressed. And after you come out, this is what I want you to do. Go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit the notification bell too so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. I tell you what, I am dog walking it. I am. And it's all because of y'all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I want to give a big thank you to all of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. Y'all are doing such a great job. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, over in the corner, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you decide that you want to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. Now, if you just want to do a one-time donation, look in the other corner. That's our super thanks. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we have some shout outs. And first up, I want to shout out Black Pearl. Black Pearl, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here and being such a huge part of this community. I mean, I am just loving you right now because I've seen you in the comments sometime. I do. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the support. Most of all, thank you for being here. Also, Yvette, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for everything that you do. Like I said, y'all are incredible. I tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Tiger Mommy came through. Yes, thank you so much, Tiger Mommy. Thank you for being a ride or die. Thank you for always coming through. Thank you for always supporting and always sharing your knowledge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and I will talk to you on the other side. Y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to Black Pearl, to Eulette, and Tiger Mommy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being a part of this community. Y'all make it so much better. Y'all do, and it is pretty doggone good. All right, y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. Y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, that's exactly what I have been doing. I'm telling you, the streets are not calming down. It's still a lot. The squatties are just so excited about this last video that Megan dropped with the kids in the pumpkin patch. I'm telling you, it is just everything, and squatties are just eating it up. Now, some of the Rangers, they have something to say, but we all know when you a jealous old hag, why wouldn't you have something to say? I'm telling you, they always have something to say because they're so jealous, so envious. And I just love that for them. Let them cook in their bitterness. And it's still some stuff cooking up with Andrew. We're going to talk about that. And King Charles, he was out today and it was a mixed bag. I'll just say that. And let's see what else I'm going to talk about. Well, we got a lot to talk about, so let's just get started. Okay, I'm going to start with this. And I'm putting this up. Of course, we're going to start with Harry. And like I said, the Squatties are just enjoying seeing our family, just happy and just doing normal things. And the kids are growing. I'm telling you, it is just so great to see. And the Squatties are loving it. Why wouldn't they? Because this has always been the goal. And I'm going to put this up. And this was in Yahoo News, which is an online news organization. I guess you could call it that. It says Prince Harry embraced classic American Halloween. See his pumpkin carving debut. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan brought their kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth, to a pumpkin patch ahead of Halloween. And they wrote an article about it. Let me tell you, it's not many news organizations did not report on this Instagram post. It is an Instagram post and they are treating it like it is news. I understand why those folks over there feel some kind of way about Harry and Meghan. They get in their feels because we all know that they cannot generate news like Harry and Meghan can. And I must say, look at Harry's pumpkin and look how cute it is. Even Harry's pumpkin has a personality. Even his pumpkin has a personality. Tell me this pumpkin does not have a personality. I'm loving it. I am. This pumpkin has more personality than any of those left behinds over there. And it definitely has the ability to make the news more so than those left behinds over there. I mean, Harry's pumpkin can beat them out. I'm just saying. And listen, the Squatties are going crazy over Harry's pumpkin. This particular Squatty, this is a repost, and the original post said this. The winner is Prince Harry. Well done, Harry. Great pumpkin carving. Yeah, he did do a good job. He really did. And his pumpkin has so much personality. It really does. And the Squatty that reposted this said, and they're trying to tell me that this man is unhappy in his current life and is desperate to return to the UK to be smeared, abused, and scapegoated by the royal institution. Exactly. Harry looks so happy out there with his family. I mean, yeah, they try to gaslight us, but every time Harry and Meghan show their face, they show us that those people over there do nothing but lie about him. That's all they do. And this particular Squatty posted this picture of Harry. Look at Harry. Harry is having the time of his life. They say Harry looks happy to me. Laugh out loud. Hashtag Sussex family. He looks extremely happy. He really does. Look at him. I can't help but to giggle. He is. Harry's so funny. And look at this one. This Squatty said, it's a repost, and the original post said, Prince Harry and his pumpkin. Harry's giving the old thumbs up. He is. And the Squatty that reposted this said, laughing my A off. Love the thumbs up at the end. Yes, Harry, you did good. Laughing my A off. Yes, he did. Harry's giving the old thumbs up. How can you not love Harry. And I think that is the problem with the ugly old hags and the derangers and all the toadies and the flying monkeys, especially the ugly old hags and skanks, is that Meghan snagged Harry. I'm telling you, if Harry had a full head of hair, I don't think these women would be able to survive it. These ugly old hags and these skanks, they would not be able to survive the fact that Meghan got the prince. I'm just saying, he is the package. He is. He has such a great personality. You can't help but to love him. You can try hard not to, but look at over to the UK. They did everything. Those flying monkeys in that family did everything to get people to turn against Harry. And they couldn't do it because Harry is so lovable. He is just so lovable. So they could not do it. They have finally just given up on it. They have, just about, because at the end of the day, they have failed. And I'm going to put this up, and this particular squatter is telling nothing but the truth. And it is a repost, and the original post said this: what his royal rank had in store for him, what his freedom brought him. Exactly. This is what they had in store for him. This is what they wanted for Harry: to follow behind Willie and Kitty, prop them up, and be their scapegoat when needed. That is all the use that they had for Harry. Harry didn't even rank a invitation to dinner. Harry didn't have a relationship with his niece or nephew. He had no kind of relationship with them because William did not want him to have one. William was horrible to Harry. Harry has always loved William. But William has never cared anything for Harry. He has always been jealous of Harry's personality, his ability to be at ease in every situation, and his ability to get people to like him. Harry is likable, and he has always been jealous of that. Willie has. And so he only saw Harry as something that he could use, someone he could use in order to prop him and his dull mannequin up. Yes, and so that is the reason why he's so mad. I hear a lot of people say, why is he so mad? Why is he so mad? Well, this is why he's so mad. He does not have Harry around to prop him up anymore. See, William started losing his looks real early on. His hair started falling out, and he really started looking rough. Now, when he was younger and cute, it was pretty easy. Even though he had a sour attitude, people, was drawn to him because he was cute. And then when Diana snatched them looks back from him, he has not been the same since, and he has always needed Harry to prop him up. And when Harry decided to have his own life and had the audacity to choose a woman better than his, that is when Willie became infuriated with Harry. He is so livid. He is so angry with Harry because Harry is not there for him. It's not what Harry has done to him. It is that Harry is not there for him. That is the reason why he's mad. And that is the reason why he feels that what Harry has done is unforgivable. It's unforgivable to him because he feels victimized. He feels wronged because Harry did not sacrifice his life to prop him and Mumble McButtons up. So, yeah, if you ever get someone asking why he's so mad, just know this is the reason. This is why he's so mad. And the squatty that reposted this said, sadly, Too many people would have preferred he choose the first lifestyle instead of his own little family. Where's the lie? Every one of those left behinds would have preferred that. Yeah, because who did not use Harry over there? They all used Harry. When Diana died, Harry had nobody. Nobody. Everybody looked at him as an asset to use for their advantage. And when Meghan came along and put a halt on that, put the kibosh on that, that is where the hate for her came in. Yes, and her shine, her personality, her ability to outshine all of those turds over there. Yeah, they have been turd polishing over there for centuries. And then Meghan came over there shining like the diamond she is and allowing Harry to shine his light. I mean, just completely and boldly. And so they had a problem with them because together they were 1,000-watt couple. And they couldn't handle that. But yeah, they would prefer if Harry had chose this one, falling behind them, propping them up. And boy, it has not been the same since Harry and Meghan left that small island nation. Not for that family. It has absolutely been devastating. I love it for them. I do. And this particular squatty posted about it and said, this is what they think Prince Harry misses, being treated like garbage, literally. Having the royal family use him as tabloid fodder, painting him as a drunk idiot, which he isn't, and alone, without love in his own life. Today, he's living the life of his dreams with his love by his side. Yes, and they hate it. I'm telling you. And it is eating them alive. Look at Willie and Kitty. They are aging in dog years. I mean, you look at them and they look like they're wearing their skin inside out. They look terrible, aging like a old banana in the sun. And it's all, I feel, my belief, is because of Harry and Meghan's success. It absolutely eats them up. And I believe it eats Charles up because they say he has cancer. He has performative cancer. But I don't know if them childbearing hips left because of this performative cancer or the fact that Harry has exposed them and Harry is successful. His plan to try to drive Harry back into that fold has failed. It could be that. But all I know is they all, when I say all, I mean all, from the tall to the small, looks like they are hunting the place over there. They look like the night of the Walking Dead over there. I mean, they look like they passed away several years ago. And who knew? Who knew that the six in line was holding up everything, was propping everything up? I mean, no, the fifth in line. I think Prince Harry is the fifth in line. Who knew that the fifth in line was propping everything up? Him and the late proper queen. When those two left, that monarchy started to circle the drain. And it is just one good sneeze away from slipping all the way down. It really, really is. I'm just saying. And look at this. Look at this. This is what a squatty made. And it says 2016, a night of freedom. That's when Harry and Meghan went out on their last date before everyone found out that they were a couple. And it was Halloween. And it says 2025, a family of four. Full circle. Yes, look at that. I'm loving that. And the squatty that reposts this said, almost 10 years later, and they're still in their honeymoon phase. They are. They love each other. And I don't understand why so many people have a problem with that. Why so many old bitter itches have a problem with that? But it's not going to change anything. Absolutely not. Harry and Meghan are pressing on and continuing to be happy together. And I love it for them. I do. And look at this one. This one, Squatty posted comparing Archie. I think was it last? I know. I think it was 2023 when they went trick or treating. I don't think it was 2024. Y'all correct me in the comments. But yes, there's Archie, and they said Archie proving orange ain't the new black. Archie is just getting so big, and he's so cute. And look at this one. This is a comparison of Archie when he was in the documentary, Harry and Meghan's documentary. And you can see how he has grown. He is a little boy now. He was, y'all remember when we used to call him Baby Archie? Can't do that anymore. He is big boy Archie. He is. And this particular squad, he said, OMG Sussex Squad and Twitter. We stayed in the trenches and we still here. We went through the lion's den and came out on the other side. If this isn't enough to shout about, I don't know what is. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. Yes, it does. Yeah. We have gone through a lot with them. And this right here is what we have always wanted. This is what the fight has been about. Archie being able to grow up like any other little boy and being happy and not picked on and abused and scapegoated, from that family. Yeah, we love it. We do. And look at this. This is so cute. Archie does run like his dad. It says, like father, like son. Hashtag Prince Harry. Hashtag Prince Archie. Look at this. Archie is absolutely turning that corner just like his dad. He runs just like his dad. And this particular squatty that reposted said, so true. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. And I'm going to put this up. This is from a deranger. And of course, they're fever minded. They think that Archie and Lily never have any fun. They're isolated. At least they think that when they thinking that the kids are real. Most of the time they think they're either dolls or they are hired actors. This is how fever minded these people is. This is who we are dealing with on a regular basis on these internet streets. I mean, crazy as a hit dog. But this one, she is crazy as a hit dog as well. And she says they never have any fun with other children, just always together but separate, no others there. It's really quite sad. Do they even know what Halloween is? Bet they don't do trick or treat or even have trick or treaters at their door. Makes me dislike them too even more. Like anybody care if she likes somebody or not. But I digress. Can you see how crazy these lunatics are? They are crazy as a hit dog. I mean, they're mad about how Harry and Meghan choose to raise their children. I mean, saying the way Harry and Meghan raise their children make her dislike them even more. I'm sure upon learning that this old troll, this old hag, this old skank hates them even more because of how they choose to raise their children, I am sure they're not going to be able to sleep tonight. Harry and Meghan are going to be up all night counting ceiling tiles because this old biatch don't like them. I mean, they really think that they bother Harry and Meghan because they don't like them. Ugh, If that monkey could stop a show, it would have stopped one long time ago. Harry and Meghan doesn't care about you. I mean, it is so crazy to me that these people literally think that people care about what they think. I I don't see how they stay on these internet streets. The squatties have made that perfectly clear. I don't know who this woman is. She just probably hadn't ran into the right squat. But keep it up. She'll run into me. And I will let her know what she needs to know. And this particular squatty answered her back and said, "Laugh out loud. You speak as if you know anything about their lives. Tracy Robin's kids were with them. Just because Meghan doesn't post pictures of other people's children doesn't mean they aren't there." Exactly. And here's Tracy Robin's little girl, and Tracy posted this. I mean, she is a cutie patootie too. She is, and it says, "Happy Sunday from my little pumpkin." Yes, yes. So these people need to mind their business, but that is the problem right there. That is the rub. They don't have any business because they don't have anything in their lives left except to hate on Meghan and her family because their life hadn't turned out the way they think it should be or how they think they deserve for it to turn out. And they hate on Meghan because she has a husband that loves her. She has beautiful kids. She has a beautiful house. And she has a career and a business that she has built. And they hate her for it. They really do. All I can say is, y'all, I'm gonna be good. I'm not gonna say what I want to say, y'all. I'm gonna try to not be so messy. And I'm gonna put this up, and it says Megan Sussex posted her family pumpkin outing carving just over 3 hours ago, and it has already made global headlines. And I'm telling you, you name the news organization, you name a entertainment organization, and they have posted or did a report about Harry and Meghan going to the pumpkin patch. This particular squatty said, "Megan Sussex posted her family pumpkin outing carving just 3 hours ago, and it's already made global headlines. I can almost understand the leftovers anger." Exactly. This is what makes them so mad because Harry and Meghan does day-to-day mundane things and it goes global and they stand on their mediocre heads and no one, when I say no one cares, no one cares. And they hate Harry and Meghan for their shine, just like Harry and Meghan has control over that. You either have it or you don't. Y'all don't. Don't be mad. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty is kind of posting about that because she doesn't understand why they are so mad. They say one still can't understand why Prince Harry and Meghan's freedom is such a threat to the royal family. The sensible mind cannot grasp this narrative. The Sussexes aren't in the monarchy's way. The senselessness of the monarchy, the British royal family's stagnation and shortcomings are the problem. Exactly, but they have to have somebody to blame it on. They cannot accept the blame. We talked about that in my last podcast, and it was called the game scapegoat. And we have somebody coming up in the last part of this podcast. They're still playing the game scapegoat. But that's what they do. They scapegoat people. They don't want to accept the blame. They don't want to, come to terms with the fact that it's not Harry and Meghan. It's their stagnation. It is their shortcomings. It is their mediocrity. that is the problem, not Harry and Meghan Shine. But they don't want to accept that, so they want to blame Harry and Meghan, not themselves, because they have not been trained to accept the blame. These people are not normal people. They are lizard people. They are cold-blooded people. So, of course, they're not going to act like rational human beings because being rational is not something that they are familiar with. It's very foreign to them. I'm just saying. And this squatty came up under this post and said, their freedom is a threat to them as they are no longer under their control. They can no longer control what they say, to whom, and when they say it. They can't control where they go, and most importantly, they cannot manipulate them. Exactly. Exactly. They cannot manipulate them. They cannot control them. They cannot hold them down and try to make them be less than who they are. Y'all remember Meghan? They told Meghan to be 50% of herself, and Meghan was so puzzled. Meghan said she hadn't been out of the house in months. How much less could she be? But they were so mediocre, her staying at home still overshadowed them. That is the problem. But yes, I agree with this squad. I do. They want control over Harry and Meghan Shine to use it when they need to. Just like Charles wants Harry and Meghan and the children to be a part of his funeral. He even wants to use them after his death. Yes, they want to use them. And that is the reason why they want to control them. They understand the power of Harry and Meghan. They want to control it. But they just effed up and they let them get away because they really thought that they had the ability to make them fail. All right, y'all, I'm going to change gears a little bit. And Charles was out today. He did a walkabout. He was at Littville, and the royal family website posted about it. It says, what an amazing welcome at Littville. Thank you for all who waited outside of the cathedral to say hello. Well, it was a pretty good crowd. Now, I got to give Charles that, but he did get heckled. He did. And it was a woman there. She got on to the heckler. She did. So he did get heckled. And this particular squatty said, it was amazing welcome for a predator protector, King Charles. Yes, this squatty is not giving anything up when it comes to Charles because he has been a predator protector, and him protecting predators go way back to his uncle, or I think he's his great uncle, Lord Mountbatten. Yes, and Jimmy Savile and the priest, the pedo priest. Yeah, they all was vicious pedos that hurt a whole lot of children. They did, both girls and boys. But yet and still, they want to act brand new. Charles cannot act brand new. It's too much out there that's condemning to him. He wants to try to put it on the Queen, but the Queen didn't have nothing to do with all that. He has been doing this for a while, so stop it. Stop it. But he did get heckled. He did. But also, it was a crowd. It was a crowd. Why, I will never understand. But they were out there. Now, it could be that they paid them folks because we all know that is not beneath them. We have saw it here in America where people have paid people to be at campaign rallies. Yes, people are doing all manner of nonsense like that. And we all know that all those bots on these internet streets are paid by Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. If they would do that, why would they not pay people to become a part of a bigger crowd, because we know the barrier pole has not been good to them, and all of a sudden the barrier pole is good today. Right after his pedo brother is just engulfed in a scandal. Now y'all tell me that ain't sus. Now I'm just saying, now I have no evidence, none whatsoever, but it just seems real sus to me that the barrier pole is showing him being popular, because it was a good bit of people out there. I'm just saying. And the barrier poles was absolutely eating them all up. And now all these people behind the barriers, I'm just saying, I'm sus. It's sus to me. And I'm gonna put this up, and it looks like Willie continues to plant these stories about when when he becomes king, and what he's gonna do to Harry and Meghan, and what he's just gonna do in general. I don't remember Charles being so blatantly power hungry as Willie. I don't remember that. Now, we all know that he was power hungry behind the scenes, but not in the public, not the planning of stories. But Willie is on full on attack mode when it comes to Charles, and he is showing himself to be so power hungry. It's crazy to me. But this particular squatty posted an article in Radar Online, and it says Prince William's growing royal power reportedly left Harry and Meghan fearful of his influence. Why would Harry and Meghan be fearful of Willie? I mean, they have their own money. They live 5,000 miles away. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Is he going to do like they did Andrew and take his coat of arms flag out of Windsor Castle? Is that what he going to do? They really think that is a big deal. What are they going to do? Harry and Meghan do not depend on them for anything. And if they're talking about those titles, all we can say is please, please, please do that. Please do that. And we're going to see how that ends up for you. Because it's nothing going to change with Harry and Meghan. Because we all know they're Harry and Meghan. They don't need the titles. And let's don't get it twisted. Harry is not Andrew. He's not. Harry is much loved. And it's not going to turn out the way he thinks it will turn out. But does it ever? I mean, him and Kitty cannot figure their way out of a wet paper bag. They have no common sense, and they work with people who have none as well. And that is the reason why they continue to trip all over themselves when they get on the world stage. So do that. Don't talk about it, be about it. That's all I can say to that. And this particular squatty who posted it said, surely it's time for Prince William just own his inner Dr. Evil and stop the Jekyll and Hyde persona thing. In an effort to pretend he cares about people, Prince William was last seen faking tears to a sad story that he didn't cry to when he first heard it. Exactly 8 years before. Yes, and that would have been a huge scandal if not for the invisible contract. But you know what? The squatty made it huge here on these internet streets, and we will never, listen while I'm saying this, we will never allow him to live it down. I know. And the squatty that reposted this said, I really love the type of persona Prince William and his press buddies are trying to set him up as. Because why would your family be fearful of your power? It's fearsome the words you want your subjects to associate with your kingdomship. Yes, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. And that's why squatties are so unbothered by this whole title nonsense. Do that. Do it. And shut up about it. That's all we say. Shut up about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it already. And this particular swatty posted this same article and said, the same William who couldn't eat or drink weeks before the Oprah interview, that weak man can't FO anything. Y'all gonna be disappointed as usual. Exactly. Because he can underestimate Harry if he wants to. And at the end of the day, does anybody really care? I don't care about them titles. Like I said, it is going to be more destructive to him than it ever will be to Harry and Meghan. He is just going to be cutting off his nose to spite his face. And at the end of the day, all he's going to have left is two holes in his face and no nose. So let him do it. And always remember, Harry has 400 unpublished pages just hanging out there. Just a little reminder. I'm just saying. And look at this, another Planet story. I'm telling you, Kensington Palace is busy over there leaking, and planting. This story is about how Adelaide Cottage was never supposed to be their forever home. This was a compromise. They really wanted Royal Lodge. And it says Adelaide Cottage was never original plan for William and Kate as they compromised. Prince William and Princess Kate had originally planned to raise their children at Royal Lodge. It has been reported. Well, it has been leaked. It has been leaked. And so now they want everyone to believe that Adelaide College never was what they wanted. They wanted Royal Lodge. But my whole thing is, how did that supposed to work out when Andrew has been very clear that he refused to move out and he has a lease up until 2078? That makes no sense. But they planted this story. And this particular squatty said, and so the peppering of the gullible public begins. The journey to get William and Kate into Royal Lodge. It was never about Andrew and Epstein's victim. It was always about what William and Kate can get out of this scandal. They always want what others have. Woo! Now that's the truth. Y'all, I have said it from the beginning. All of those leaked emails and whatnot, I believe that came straight from Kensington Palace. I don't know if the goal was to blow everything up so they could get Royal Lodge or not. I don't know that. But I do believe that it came from Kensington Palace. The first drip came from Kensington Palace. And I think what happened was they did not think that the fire was going to catch on and be as big and hot as it has become. But I believe they started this. I do. Now, why? I don't know. If it was to hurt Charles, to make him a weaker king, so he would think about, abdicating and giving it to William earlier. But you would have to just pray that kingdomship out of Charles' cold, dead hands. There's no way he would abdicate. No way whatsoever. But Willie didn't understand that. He's too dumb to know that. But if anybody has been paying any attention, they would know that. But it was a reason. It was absolutely a reason why Kensington Palace started this fire. And then the book came out. And then it all just absolutely engulfed that whole family. The blowback got on him and Kitty. He was not expecting that. I'm just saying. This is a repost, and the original post posted that same article and said soon they will claim that Forest Lodge in Windsor Great Park was never the original plan for Prince William and Kate Middleton, as they compromised their next forever home. Yes, y'all think that they did all this to get in Royal Lodge? I tell you, I believe those original, all those emails that were being leaked, I believe that was from Willie. But he didn't understand that that book was going to come out. He did not understand how hot this whole fire was going to get. Now, he maybe thought that this was going to hurt Charles and hurt Andrew, but he had no idea that he was going to get caught up as well. And he has gotten caught up. I'm telling you, people are not letting any of them off the hook. So, as usual, he makes a big mess of things. Because that's my belief. I believe it started with Kensington Palace leaking those emails. Now, it was going to be a big mess because of the Virginia Giuffre book, but it would not have been as big if not for the emails, especially for Fergie and all that, because in the book, now it's some harsh things about Andrew, but I believe he would have been able to survive it if not for those emails. And I believe the emails came from Kensington Palace. Y'all can tell me what y'all think. And the squatty that reposted this said, "This is disgusting. They briefed the Windsors was they briefed that Windsor was a trial to see if they could raise their kids there, and they loved Adelaide. Now they are saying they never wanted to live there and always wanted Royal Lodge. William and Kate could not be more entitled if they tried. It's truly despicable." Here's the lie. Where is it? And they don't even work. These people do not work. I mean, they don't even work like royals work, which is not really work. But they don't like to work at all. But they want all the perks. His kingdomship is going to be a disaster. Mark it down. It will be a disaster. I'm just saying. And look at this. Look at this. It looks like Simon Case has taken his seat on the red benches. Simon Case, the one that Harry preferred to in his book Spare as the Fly, the one that loved the SHIT. Yes, him. Willie and Charles continues to reward these people. But I believe this particular one for the Fly, this reward came from Willie. I do. For all of the nasty SHIT he has done. I really believe that, because he is the one who helped Willie to run Harry and Meghan, to bully them out of the family. It was Simon Case. And it says former Whitehall Chief Simon Case takes seat on red benches in House of Lords. The 46-year-old who served 4 prime ministers will sit as an independent crossbencher. Now y'all help me, UK squatties. What does this mean? what purpose does the House of Lords serve, and what does it mean that he is a red bencher? I have no idea. So if you can help me out, please do in the comments. And the squatty that posted this said, remember William's evil private secretary who Prince Harry called the fly in Spare? He was rewarded with a peerage. The whole system is so corrupt, and William is at the center of the corruption. Where is the lie? Where is it? Because this is his dude. I mean, a part of his gay posse. Yes, William has a whole gay posse, a bunch of gay men with beards. That's what I call them, William's gay posse, because I'm messy. And I'm going to put this up. And y'all remember when Byline Times did a piece on Simon Case, and this particular squatty posted about it and said Simon Case was involved in the cash for leak scandal on behalf of Prince William, then get rewarded with a posh pilgrimage post. Byline Time, this is the link to the article from Byline Time, and you can see it. It says in plain sight, the picture, the palace probe missed, and it says it started to look like the royal family is involved in more corruption and dubious characters than a crime syndicate. Where is the lie? Where is it? And there Simon Case is, as you can see. Now he looks a whole lot different. He looks like he joined the skinheads since the last time we saw him. He done went through some things. I mean, he has been through some stuff. He looks like it. But as you can see in this picture, he's in this picture with Dan Wooten, a.k.a. Martin Brennan, a.k.a. What is it, Angela? I can't remember the other alias he has. Yes, there he is. And we all know it was Dan Wooten who came up with the story that Harry and Meghan was leaving the royal family. Somebody fed that to him. Who you think it was? I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. Now, I think this was in the fail, but I know it was also in the scum. I think the scum is the one that broke the story. And this particular squatty posted about it, and it says Prince Andrew and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, have agreed to leave Royal Lodge, but only if they get 2 houses in return. Yes, they're saying that they want Frogmore Cottage and Adelaide Cottage. Frogmore Cottage for Andrew and Adelaide Cottage for Sarah. And they want it to be on the grounds of Windsor so they won't have to pay security. This is what is being said. Now, what y'all think about that? What do you think about it? Because the squatties have a lot to say about it. Because we thought that that's the reason why Harry and Meghan lost Frogmore Cottage, because they wasn't working roles anymore. Well, Andrew is a disgraced royal, and evidently he gets to go into Frogmore Cottage. I mean, it makes no sense. But this particular squatty posted this article and said, I'm no fan of Andrew, but if he's being forced out of a valid lease at Royal Lodge, he's entitled to negotiate separate homes for him and Sarah. The system keeps the Spare broke and dependent, then tears up their lease on a whim. Where are they meant to live, and with what money? Now, I agree with that. Now, the whole system is meant to keep the sovereign, in control, controlling the other family members through their finances. So I have no sympathy for Andrew or Fergie. I really, really don't. But that's a valid question. Where are they supposed to live? And my whole thing is this. How did we get from his crimes to where he's going to stay? I mean, That should not be the topic of conversation, but this is the narrative that they want you to go with. This is the gaslighting involved. Instead of focusing on his alleged crimes, what did he do? Have him talk to the authorities, do something like that instead of taking his flag down out of Windsor Castle. Some nonsense like that, and talking about running him out of Royal Lodge. What about the women, the girls that he hurt? What about questioning him? What about holding him accountable? What about that? I mean, who cares where he lives? But this is what these people are about. They don't want to hold anybody accountable. I saw old big head Matt Wilkerson. He had posted that Andrew has agreed not to write a book like Harry. My whole thing is, if you are who you say you are, you're supposed to be, you know, held to a standard of excellence. You're supposed to be this family, the one family that your country is supposed to look up to. Why would you worry about if anybody wrote a book about you? What are you hiding? I mean, they just tell on themselves every time. Why would they worry about what Andrew had to write if they were the people they say they are? I mean, it makes no sense. These people are rotten to the core, and they know it, and they don't want anybody to talk. And that is the reason why Andrew will never be punished, never be held accountable. And I am still not convinced that he's going to move out of Royal Lodge. They're going to say that they tried to negotiate with him and they couldn't come to an agreement. And that is exactly where he's going to be. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I really wouldn't. And I'm going to put this up. When I saw this post from this squatty, I just had to include it into my podcast. Look at this. This is a repost, and the original post said this. Like I said, Fergie, as a royal of no mixed heritage, gets so much grace from royalist commentators. After reporting on her adultery, using her titles to secure deals, shameful scandals, selling access, getting linked to JE, and then it goes on and on and on. These are all the things that Sarah Ferguson has done. But yet and still, they seem to always show her grace. And they just now call for her titles to be stripped because she did all of this and they never said anything about her Duchess title. Meghan can breathe hard and they're talking about stripping her of her titles. It's crazy to me. And the squatty that posted this said this. Fergie was a woman that the royals wanted Meghan to become. Where is the lie? A bumbling screw up. That is what Sarah Ferguson has been since the beginning. Now, I'm not saying she's not a intelligent woman because she writes books and whatnot, but I am saying she's a stupid woman. Intellect and stupidity is two different things. Now, you can have book smart and not be able to tie your shoes, not any common sense. And that is Fergie in a nutshell. And this goes on to say, an opportunist always broke, begging for money, grifting, and divorced Duchess. But nope. Meghan has always been smart about her career and investments. She keep her little family on the correct financial path. Where is the lie? Sarah is who they always wanted Meghan to be. This is true. This is true. Someone who is bumbling through life and just less than Kitty. And Meghan showed Kitty to be more like Fergie than her. But well, really, Fergie is actually better than Kitty. because I really believe Fergie is intellectually smarter than Kitty. Now she's real stupid. Like I said, stupidity and intellect is two different things. You can absolutely have the ability to write a book and not have any common sense. That's the way I see Fergie. But Kitty, I don't see where she has any of it. How she got through school, I don't know. Maybe her family made arrangements like we have saw some of the rich families over here. Some of them went to jail because they paid people to get their kids in school, paid for their kids, for someone to take their entrance exams, paid for people to do things for them all the way. And the more and more I see of Kitty, the more and more I really suspect something is not right there. I mean, she cannot put together two sentences. She can't, and she doesn't have an idea. I bet if an idea popped in Kitty's head, it would absolutely scare her to death. She has not an original thought. But I digress on that. I absolutely agree with this squatty. They wanted Megan to be like Fergie, and they want Kitty to be like Megan. That's my thoughts on it. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I agree with this squatty on this one. All right, y'all. I had to pull out the Fisher Price scapegoat game again because we got one of the flying monkeys scapegoating. And that flying monkey is none other than Jan Moore. Yes, the Cyclops. She has reared her ugly head and her one eye. Well, she has two. She has one looking at you and one looking for you. And she has reared her ugly head and she is on the same scapegoat train as the rest of them, trying to save Charles. Like I said in my last podcast, he has got the flying monkeys together and they all are being told to stay on the same page. And that page is what? Blaming the queen, blaming the dead queen. And here she is doing exactly that, doing Charles's bidding. And look what it says. Jane Moore, the queen, was blindly devoted to Prince Andrew. She raised a monster. I hate to say it, but his ever loving mother must take her share of the blame. Yes, they pretty much have settled on this narrative that it's not Charles's fault, it is the dead queen's fault. But I know nobody is really buying that. We know it's all of their fault. It is. It's all of their fault. But yes, the Cyclops, who usually have nothing but smoke for Harry and Meghan. This is the same old Cyclops that called Megan a mutt. Can you believe that? Yes, the one that absolutely is looking in two different directions at the same time had the nerve to call Megan a mutt. But I digress. Yes, they have settled on pretty much scapegoating the queen. Scapegoating the queen. That's what they have settled on. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this one up because I just had to include it because squatters are just dropping truth bombs up and down my timeline. So I had to include this one. It says, I see only one dignified person out of the four people in the picture. It most certainly isn't the one, three of them, that covered up the worst royal scandal in modern history. It's only one that told the truth and just so happens to not need to wear a fake uniform. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just gonna leave it there because that right there says it all. All right, I'm gonna put this up, and don't forget the drop is tomorrow. If you are watching this on the 27th, The drop is tomorrow if you are watching it on the 28th, which will be Tuesday. The drop is today. It is. So y'all, let's get ready. It says 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be like 11 a.m. my time. I'm telling you, I am sharpening my elbows. It says not long now. So yes, the drop is here. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all a little later. Bye.